stand by for news.
No matter what she says, she'll always be Smud to us. Sylvana Smud, News 5.
C is for Cookie.
F is for Foley. Mike Foley, tonight at News 5 at 5:30.
Hey kids, can you spell Natasha Mutt-Kittrick? That's okay, neither can we. Tasha Kitt, News 5. Huh? Tom McGovern, 5. From hot clothes to hot cars, this reporter shows she is undeniably on fire. Gina Costello, News 5. From cement plants to cement plants. Greg makes me do this story one more fucking time. I'm gonna bury his ass here. Kristen Krager, News 5.
She put the pro back in propane, and when it comes to methane, she doesn't fart around. Mandy Blush, News 5.
One groovy reporter who make exposing the naked truth a ritual. Karen Campbell, News 5.
From power tools to power lines, this reporter's bark is worse than her bite. Tamika Fitzgerald, News 5. Hey, nice rack. Alana Wolpin down just about any story. Alana Wolpin, News 5. From burning rubber to the burning story, he's full of hot air. Harry Lim, News 5.
Putting the T in Lisa, Carrie Sarantopoulos, News 5. And square up to the camera, damn it!
Hot shit. Check it out. Hit you with no delaying of what you saying, yo. Silly with my 9 milli with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You don't wanna violate, nigga, really and truly, yo. My main thug, nigga named Julio, he moody, yo. Type of nigga that'll slap you with the tulio. Bitch, nigga scared to death, act fruity, yo. Fuck that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she shake it make me wanna get all in the booty, yo. Top mistress, in the banging bitches and videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Did you with the shit, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot shit, got all you niggas in wet clothes. Style out my metaphors when I formulate my flows. Like that, that means see that's what you got for me. That, all your hands in my eyes to see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me.
Your umbrellas, or if you'd like me to take your umbrellas just so it won't rain.
We can just expect pretty much to sweat a lot and be really uncomfortable.
Essentially, yeah.
And that's it for News 5 tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll see.
The rain's held off a bit longer than it did yesterday, but we may not be as lucky as tomorrow. Nick will have the details when we come back.
Yucky, yucky, yucky. Yucky. Next.
And Nixon, tell us about our weather forecast. And Nixon, and what's a hump day, by the way?
Hump Day Wednesday is the middle of the week, so you're like you're over the hump.
Okay, we were all kind of confused about that.
Yeah, well, see, I really can't go there on a family show. But,
Thanks, Nick.
sure.
Thanks, Nick.
In a land down under, there's a man like no other. Meet little Louie from New Zealand. Oh, hey. So anyways. Saturday's game in Knoxville kicks off at 8 p.m. That's sport, and here's Heather with the weather.
No rain as of, no rain since, no rain since.
Alana Wolpen has been looking into the situation and joins us from the newsroom. What's this all about, Alana? Thanks, Alana. That's Alana Wolpen, live in the newsroom. President Clinton is in New York.
My checks to the Rent-A-Fan Club clear.
Heavy rains are making it more difficult for Louisiana residents to clean up from Tropical Storm Francis. A flash flood warning. I'm sorry, that video we can't get to you right now, but Nick is in with weather.
That's right. and hopefully there won't be any problems with me. I think I'll stand up straight and everything will work out pretty well. From News 5 photographer Steve Lascalzo, and Scott gets his sign, I get mine. Thank you, Nitro Neely Hamilton, for that.
A nice line of showers pushed through this afternoon. You wouldn't know it, or you wouldn't believe it, but I forgot my famous umbrella. Nick has your wet Wednesday forecast when we come back. Has your wet Wednesday forecast. Maybe.
Maybe.
That's cute.
Don't worry. That's cute. Don't worry. That's cute. Don't worry.
Well, the 21st century is coming to a close. The 21st century is... President Clinton is scheduled to address the country. If it comes during our newscast, we'll join it live. A Marion County woman missing since March has been found dead. Police believe human remains found last night belonged to Linda Mae Thayer. Police charged Thayer's... just in. President Clinton is addressing the nation right now, and he joins us live in Washington. A witness led, this is back to the previous story, a witness led police to the body in a remote. President Clinton is live again. He joins us live in Washington.
I'm Sandy Lee.
And I'm a Janelle Henry. Also ahead, Alachua County Jail.
There are many unconfirmed sightings of the former White House intern touring the Great Barrier Reef, excuse me, and staying at a private house.
I think we should, but like the person who guesses right, what, they just get bragging rights in the newsroom?
They get to sit next to me. So Sandy obviously is going to have to win.
So Sandy, I would switch around.
Sure,
If I
you
win,
can do that. Yeah.
So what if I win? Do I get to rearrange and sit there?
You get to do news.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
Okay, thanks, Scott.
Okay.
Scott.
This is what Sandy and Janelle always say when they're on the desk every day. They've got fools on their left, jokers to their right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Hurricane Bonnie, but as I'm pointing to Danielle, here's Hurricane Bonnie.
Singapore's prime minister has been looking at clean toilets since 1996. How about that?
Well, I have the cleanest toilet in America. I have to say so.
I'm sorry. I was reading that on the prompter while you were reading that. It said flavored mural. I'm sorry.
I don't know what that means.
I don't think I want to know what that
Flavored
means.
and toilet cleaning do
My
not
roommate and I have more of
go.
a bathroom duck kind of house.
Yeah, I'm the only person that lives in my apartment, so I'm the only person that has to get used to my bathroom squalor, so anybody else.
Well, I'm definitely not going to enter that contest. I'm going to win it.
Great. As News 5's Jill Frederickson reports, dealing with hackers is a growing problem. Washington responded by firing missiles at suspected terrorist sites. The
Tennessee Oilers are also cutting former Notre Dame quarterback Ron Paulus.
And Nixon with sport. Ooh, weather.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to move if you want.
No, Nixon with weather.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me again. How you doing? A little bit of patchy fog, and tomorrow no picnic here. Patchy frog, and tomorrow no picnic here.
Questions are also being raised about the mechanical condition of the car.
Hello and welcome to sports. The numbers of the day are 55-28, 42-7, 65-0, and 73-7. Top of the sixth, Sammy again. Quienes tu papi gives the Cubs a 7-zip lead.
had some spaghetti in the car that I was eating, and I basically lost on something threw it on the tow truck driver. That was stupid. But.
Ivan is moving up and out of the way, only a threat to shipping lanes, not to us, because, well, I don't truck any oil into the Middle East.
Big plays from the NFL yesterday. We'll start in San Fran. That's Garrison Hurst in overtime. Rumbling, we'll get back to him. We're going to Green Bay now. Guess who this is? This is a Green Bay Packer. I'm going to find his name here in a second. Hey, look, there's Garrison still running. This is an overtime. First team to score wins, and Garrison wants to go home. We're back to Green Bay again. Hey, that's going to be Preston. He's going to score. Garrison's going to score. Niners win in overtime. Green Bay wins. Lots of big plays from that yesterday.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
News 5's Alana Wolpin shows us what people are doing this Labor Day.
The Florida Gator men's basketball team showed they know how to share last night. The Florida Gator men's basketball team showed they know how to share last night. The Florida Gator men's basketball team showed they know how to share last night.
I said coming up like 4 different times in that entire thing. Hey, this is Scott Shields in Tuscaloosa, Alabama with the Gators. Coming up in 1 minute, they found a way. The Gators win their first road game of the season. A crucial 16-10 victory on the... No. Come on.
St. Johns County school officials are considering restricting what high schoolers can drive cars to school. Earlier this week, an accident killed a Nice High School junior and injured another. The new plan would allow only seniors to drive to the county's 2 high schools.
This is Scott Shields for News 5 Sports. On the road with the Gators. Coming up in 1 minute, they found a way to part the tide. 16-10. Hey, if you want something for the blooper tape, put these on, okay? Now they're going to show up. They're going to show up at the banquet. I'm going to go and jump across the table and kick your ass. I will kick your ass if this shows up at the banquet. Okay.
Lori Dew brings us that report.
The Russia Duma averts a crisis and approves a new prime minister. We'll have the story coming up.
And President Clinton and his wife attend
with a final warning for Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic. And Scott's here with sport.
This year's World Series had a bit of local flavor. Lisa Nicole Carson, a Gainesville native, appeared at the opening of last night's game.
Now Scott's here with sports.
Now I'm here. Bob McGuire, the man who saved baseball this year, sitting in the front row. Check out this catch. Big Mac, give me a reaction. Yes.
And back to the baseball game, I heard McGuire caught a foul ball at that game.
That was that
last
foul
night,
ball. What a great catch. It was the first baseman. You don't see his...
We're looking pretty good. And for tonight's weather. Who killed a New York abortion doctor.
And now the National Abortion Federation. And now the National Abortion.
Often worn with long, elegant gloves and a boa. But some people still find simpler costumes a bit more appealing. Marley Ginter, News 5.
T is making headlines because of his trouble with drugs. He entered drug rehab for the second time earlier this week after allegedly attempting to purchase crack in a St. Petersburg hotel. Inductees will be announced on January 30th. So today is Picks Day, and with it comes the time where we must catch Sandy Lee and beat her down. The board we go, and leading the way is Sandy. I wonder what my jogging midterm grade is, Lee. She says 27-24 Gators in a close one. Next up is Janelle. It's about time I got to win, yo. Henry, also a close one, UF 26-21. Jeff, oil trucking into the Mideast. Rubenstein opens up his picks career, picking Florida 23-17.
What had been one of the most powerful hurricanes of the century has lost much of its force. Today, lazy Thursday, because like everyone was just sitting on their blankets today, reading under the shades. So.
Speak for yourself. I had a hurricane to look at. I had a hurricane to look at. I had a hurricane to look at.
Two NFL teams battled from the drudges of the win list yesterday, and I've been waiting 9 weeks to wear this tie.
And deaths in Central America, the storm called Mitch makes its way to South Florida. Good evening, I'm Holly Bristow. We'll have the details coming up.
And I'm Janelle Henry. Also,
the fatality rate is up 400% this year, and we still have no one dying on our highway in Waldo.
Pretty soon, America's best-known speed trap will be getting a face. Okay, this year. Northbound lane. With about 12 million cars a year going through Waldo, this measure should keep speeds down in the rural town.
That's longer than that fruitcake has been in the back of your fridge.
But as News 5's Silvana Smud reports, the Hawthorne Road construction project is on the road again.
For drivers to be patient because only one lane may be open at times. Silvana Smood, News 5.
Doing stand-up comedy can be scary even for a stage-seasoned adult.
But a bunch of kids in front of the mic, and there's no telling how the show will go. In this week's entertainment report, Daniel Beasley takes a look at the debut of some young comics.
Tonight's lows, though, going to get pretty nippy, if you will. We have these green temperatures. I don't know why green represents cold. I don't know why green represents cold. I don't know why green represents cold.
Not fit to live in society. He's not fit to live in society. He's not fit to live in society.
So I wanted to know, Jeff, are you going to the fair? Are you going to the fair? Are you going to the fair?
Ken Scott's here with sports. There's some good news for UF students in the game.
Yeah, the Vanderbilt pay-per-view game is going to be free on campuses this week.
Great.
Let's try this again. Be free on campuses this week.
Great.
Let's try this again. Be free on campuses this week.
Great.
Let's try this again. It's going to be free in the dorms this weekend. How about that? So if you have a friend that lives in the dorms, everybody pile in.
For us, it's been pretty boring. So you're wondering, Jeff, where's all the excitement in the world? Well, I'll tell you where the weather excitement is. East Asia. This is where all it's going on. Not only are they having an economic crisis, but it's raining too. Can it get any worse? We have this static front going straight through, going from basically the Shanghai region of the mainland China, going straight through to the big island of Honshu, home of Tokyo and Yokohama. However, Tokyo and Yokohama is up here, so it's really not raining too bad over there. A little bit in Hiroshima, and as we can see, if you're border patrolling in the demilitarized zone of North and South Korea, it's going to be pretty sunny today.
They've been outscored 145 to 106. What makes up this game always fun is what makes up this game always fun. What makes up this game always fun is it's always up for grabs.
Also, it got so warm that down in Melbourne,
I'm apologizing to you, to this community. Because I'm embarrassed.
Coach, I accept your apology. Rosman's attorney says he was so intoxicated at the ceremony the words "I do" were not distinguishable and this marriage is not legal. Please, somebody end the lockout.
Well, the Gainesville Police had received this grant last year, and it helped start a new program for police officers and the community. Now the future of this program is hanging in the balance.
Police officer does more than answer calls. It wants to
take a look at our forecast for tomorrow. I'm sorry. Take a look at our satellite now. We're coming up towards November, towards December, which is the
not fit to live in society.
Just under 24 hours remain before we find out whether the Seminoles have fully recovered from last year's stunner in the swamp. FSU still has visions of Jaquez Green dancing in their heads after this catch set up a 32-29 Gator win. He thinks his best is his last.
Jenna, the eye of the hurricane isn't going to hit here, of course, but these local people are getting ready anyway. Well, Dominique. Thanks.
In the race. Also, we're going to be talking to
We're also going to be talking to a member of the Clean Air Ordinance Committee to talk about, they're down right now, but we're going to be talking to him and see what he has to say about the rain.
And the Tax District Advisory Council, the final scores are in for that. Mary Black is 28%, A.B. Simajati is at 17%. And let's see, Don Coughlin is at 12% right now. Smith is at 18%. Walker's at 17%. So it looks like Black here is the winner. Drew Mello at 51%. And let's see, Tony Bozzella at about 50%.
And we go back to Karen Campbell live at the Alachua County in downtown.
Hi there, I'm standing here live in front of the Alachua County Administration Building. Behind me there is a group of people waiting to see if the Clean Air Ordinance is actually going to pass. There are a lot of supporters here, but there really aren't a lot of supporters for no on the amendment. For no on the amendment. We've been trying to look around for them. There are a lot of supporters, as I said, although the ordinance is down as of right now. We'll bring you more coverage as it comes to us. Supporters are still waiting to see if they can pull through. Back to you.
Thanks, Karen. That does it about right now. We'll keep you tuned. Stay tuned for another hour. We'll give you the election updates and everything.
So we'll be back in about an hour. We hope to have many more final votes for you.
We're updating that right now, so stick around for
we'll
another
tell you as
hour.
We'll tell you as much
Long
as
night,
quickly
guys.
as it comes in.
Like such a dork. Is it rolling? Yeah. I'm a dork. I'm a dork. I'm a dork.
In 3, 2, 1. And she's not. So while you're probably loosening up those pants after a food-filled day, there are some who are working on this Thanksgiving Day. It'd be quite a find.
28 miles an hour, doesn't even sing like much at all. Only 28 miles an hour, doesn't even sing like much at all.
A really, really big turkey.
And speaking of that, a
really, really big turkey.
Wildcats lose 68-56. Pitt or Pete, either one. Will meet number 5 Maryland, who beat UCLA.
That's Phil Archer reporting. That's Phil Archer reporting. That's Phil Archer reporting.
Jennifer Arthur reports.
That is darn hot. That is darn hot. That is darn hot.
He's not fit to live in society. He's not fit to live in society.
When our chances of
not fit to live in society.
Not probably going to come. It's not probably going to come. And
not fit to live in society. He's not fit to live in society. He's not fit to live in society.
This might not be a one-room schoolhouse anymore. Mr. Drake is fine. This might not be a one-room schoolhouse anymore. Mr. Drake is fine. This might not be a one-room schoolhouse anymore. Did you see that? You didn't hear me.
Well, some craftsmen in Poland are taking their time to prepare something special for Christmas. We won't have that story for you tonight. That's all we have time for. Thanks for joining us.
Good night.
Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says President Clinton is welcome in Israel. That's despite serious disagreement from Netanyahu. With Yasser Arafat, he wants the president to make the Palestinians toe the line. He wants the president to make the Palestinians toe the line.
Pink slipped to his chief of staff and three of the top aides. Yeltsin made a brief visit to his.
Migrant Q-Take.
Thanks, Savannah. Well, when
Stand
Diane
by, News
Sanders
2.
lost her little fox terrier, she wished she had been able
Roll
to
it.
prolong her pup's life just a bit longer.
And
So
it's-
Sanders
whoa, shit.
opened up her own healthy
That wasn't
bakery
News
for
2.
dogs.
Through Wednesday for Alachua County and points north and east. And I'll tell you a lot
Give
more
him
about
30.
it in about 20 minutes. Back to you, Sandy, Dominique.
Well, Mike and both Q-Take. Or Q
The
whatever.
southeastern states are still
Stand by,
feeling the
News 10 is next, okay? I have no control over this, guys. Page 10 is next. They should know that.
Phone users on the East Coast are talking a little less today. More than 70,000 Bell Atlantic workers went.
And as Louise Gayarvis reports, the parties are already laying the groundwork for all eventualities, political and legal.
Big topic that everybody's
Big
discussing.
topic is just coming back maybe from the loss of the season night championship.
Broadway's original.
It's not
Broadway's original.
It's not
Broadway's original.
It's not a down year going 10-2 like they did last.
Thanks, Heather. The man who claimed segregation forever has passed away at the age of 79. Four-term Alabama Governor George Wallace died late last night of cardiac arrest. Bruce Morton looks back at the
contracts to avoid confusion for local residents. Back to you.
All right, thanks. That's Kristen Krager reporting live from the newsroom.
Of a subpoena. Dick Morris, the Clinton advisor forced out of his job following revelations he had an affair with a prostitute, was called back to the grand jury. And Monica Lewinsky is scheduled to go back Thursday morning.
Florida's 1998 high school grads took the SAT, compared to 43% for the nation.
The woman who gave
Yesterday afternoon for work crews to clear hurricane debris from the road. Traffic extended several miles back to the Florida Turnpike, with residents moving at a snail's pace down the only road linking the island chain to the mainland. Reporter Walter Rogers has more from Jerusalem. We're having technical difficulties with that. We won't have that story for you. And we do have that package for you right now. We're having technical difficulties with that. We won't have that story for you. And we do have that package for you right now. It is set for next Wednesday. Meanwhile, in Washington today, it's business as usual for President Clinton. He spent the day at a Rose Garden ceremony honoring the nation's top police officers for helping lower the country's crime rate to its lowest level in 25 years.
Respect for the law is on the rise.
Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Lori Dew brings us that report.
The Russian Duma averts a crisis and approves a new prime minister. We'll have the story coming up.
And President Clinton and his wife attend a memorial service for victims killed in the U.S. Embassy bombings. That story is next after the break.
The rest of your work week, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
This is so good because, you know, I'm keeping my windows open at night and I don't even need to turn my fan on or my air conditioner.
Hit South Florida in about 72 hours. There are hurricane watches in effect for South Florida, as Melissa said earlier, from Boynton Beach all the way to Bonita Key, and also the Bonita Beach and Key West. Currently in Florida, you can today the high will be 87 degrees.
Spoke with the Alachua County Sheriff's Office and is live in the newsroom with the details. Tom, why are officials here confident in saying money problems can't happen?
We'll tell you. And Alachua County celebrates Red Ribbon Week. Good evening, I'm Sandy Lee. As Glenn is more than a friend, he's a hero.
Sandy, go. Sandy, go.
Gubernatorial candidate Jeb Bush is getting on the bus as he heads to Alachua County. On the bus.
Halloween craze is picking up with last-minute shoppers searching for the scariest costume. Music Awards.
And we'd like to wish our director, Jason Finnis, a happy birthday. We'll see you right back here at 5:30 on Monday.
Have a good weekend.
Good night.
They say that ball might go for about $100,000, and I could certainly find a use for that.
I don't think I'll be buying that.
Exactly, same here.
Only normal when the man is so great.
Join us Tuesday night at 9.
Some cute little critters are looking for a new home.
Now, don't tell me you don't have any plans for this weekend with all the events going on. Well, if you want to have fun this weekend, check out News 5's fabulous fun tips.
Tells the House Judiciary Committee the president didn't tell the truth in the Monica Lewinsky case. And Starr contends Mr. Clinton is guilty of other criminal conduct.
While some are glued to their televisions, others say their opinion hasn't changed from day one.
Grab your gear and get prepared. News 5 fun tips are here, here, here. Spice up your weekend with these fabulous fun tips. Check it out. Drop us a line, give us a call, or send us an email at news5@wuft.org.
Out and we have Spurrier and we have their clothes, so obviously that's nice and big. So this game is a big one, and we'll talk about it right now. With the loss of quarterback Chris Weinke 2 weeks ago, the task of beating the Gator defense now lands on the shoulders of sophomore Marcus Outson. Greg, with the return, gets in the position for a wicked forehand cross.
Okay.
To fill those positions of the coaches who are fired. And the Gators obviously today lost a major contributor to the 96 championship team. To fill those positions of the coaches who are fired. And the Gators obviously today lost a major contributor to the 96 championship team. But, okay.
Thanks, Scott. Well, when will it start to feel like December, Jeff? We'll have the long-range forecast and your first look at weekend's weather in just a minute.
Live from News 5, this is First Edition.
Good morning, I'm J.C. Birch. Good morning, I'm J.C. Birch. The owner of a Gainesville daycare center has turned herself in for charges of child neglect. The agreement comes after a two-month state attorney investigation. And now here's Steve with sports. So the rumors might be true. Bob Stoops is leaving UF.
Well, I know Gator fans were hoping that it was just rumors, starting with the talk about the Iowa job at his alma mater, but now Bob Stoops is gone. Florida defensive coordinator Bob Stoops is apparently heading to coach the Oklahoma University Sooners. OU plans to introduce the new head coach at a news conference beginning at 2:30 Gainesville time. Here's Silvana with weather.
Hey, thanks, Steve. Yes, I do have wonderful weather to predict for today. We're looking at 71 degrees. The winds are moving only 8 miles per hour. You might have looked outside your window this morning and seen a little fog, but now it is clearing up. If we look at our radar map, we see pretty much it's clear. Sunny skies across Florida. We do have a couple thunderstorms or masses of storms, but it seems like it's more towards the Atlantic Ocean. Nothing really for us.
Where's Smud? Ponder, get over here. Where are you, Ponder?
Florida remains the sunshine state. Now, we are having rather high temperature, record high temperatures, actually.
What's your name? Patricia? Where are you from, Patricia? Puerto Rico. J.T. Rodriguez from Puerto Rico.
December. And if we look at our temperatures later on today, it will be 74 and partly cloudy. Thanks. Back to you, J.C. Thanks, Savannah. That's it for First Edition. Have a great afternoon.
With an earthquake, birds and snakes, an airplane. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. I have a hurricane, listen to yourself, churn world serves its own needs. Dummy serve your own needs, beat it up an ox, speak grunt, no strength, the ladder struck slash and burn, return. Listen to yourself churn. Locking in uniform and book burning, blood letting every motive escalate. Automotive incinerate. Light a candle, light a motor. Step down. Watch a heel crush. This means no fear. Cavalier, renegade, steer clear. Tournament of lies. Offer me solutions, offer me alternatives, and I decline. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. I feel fine. Continental drift divide, mountain sand in a line, Leonard Bernstein, Leonard Brasnap, Lenny Bruce and Lester Banks, birthday party, cheesecake, jelly bean, boom, symbiotic, patriotic, slam, button, nap, right, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, it's the end of the world as we know it, I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it.